It is 8:30 in the middle of America, and my hamburger menu beat up your pivot control. And this is the 25.4 podcast. No, wait, sound.
As rehearsed, hastily assembled program presenting inside opinions and forecasts on major issues of the day.
Hello, children. Thanks for joining us again. As always, I am here with Brandon, Robert, and Tim. How's everybody doing tonight?
Good.
Wonderful.
Good. All right, let's get right into it, because at least one of us did some show prep tonight and has a lot to say.
Someone is
Let's
aggrieved.
get things started, as always.
With the airing of grievances, I got a lot of problems with you people.
Yes, as always, we have a lot of problems. And, Robert, what's your problem tonight?
I guess my problem is that I don't have a fucking grievance. It's been kind of a calm week, and like I said in the note, I haven't been giving out fucks like candy lately, so I haven't really run across anything that's got my knickers at a twist this week. Yeah, so...
Thanks for the
You just said that.
What was that?
You just said that. You just said
just-
knickers in a fucking twist.
I did say exactly that. Is that not something you've heard before?
I can't say it is, Pappy.
Pappy. Well, there. See, he's making fun of our age, Andrew.
That's all right, I don't care.
And that's my grievance now. Brandon and his ageism.
It sounds like you're giving a fuck.
How old are you, Brandon?
I'm a whopping 32 for now.
It's a lot of gray hair on that head for a 32-year-old.
That's what 3 kids and a... yeah, that's what 3 kids will do for you.
She's too close, isn't she? She can hear you. Before you completed that thought. Am I right?
Yeah, but I heard her.
Seriously, could you seriously hear her? She's right over there. Could you seriously hear her?
Yes, I heard her say something.
I can see the reflection in your glasses. And your eyes got big with fear. Brandon! Don't you dare! Don't go there!
That didn't happen. Who's next?
All right,
Who's
I'll go
running this
next.
Right?
My grievance tonight is that I don't have a grievance. So, like Robert said, it seems like it's been a pretty quiet week.
You guys are fucking lazy.
So I've really got nothing. Tim, how about you?
Yeah, alright, fine. So I've been diving into Web API as of late, and when you play around with Web API, you have the opportunity to go play around with Azure Mobile Services with a .NET backend. So mobile services is such a fun, awesome feature. But when you do a backend, or you do a .NET backend, they make you do Web API based. So obviously there's benefits is to subscribing to something like that as a whole, as a package, such as the SDK gives you offline sync, push notifications are built in nicely, and yada yada yada. So I've been doing some digging because I was trying to implement a solution, and like any proper web development solution, you don't jam all of your shit into the UI, and in this case, into the API. I don't want my data context in the API. I don't want it all there. It's not meant to scale, right? So mobile service is clearly built to be ready for somebody just to jump in who's never played with it before, and it's just really good to file a new project and just start adding classes, and voila, I have an awesome solution. So I guess the grievance is that, in that I did some digging, and under the hood, it's Web API, and they add a couple managers and some automatic routes for you that are hard-coded in the client SDK. So typically in a Web API, you'll go to my site/API. In Azure Mobile Services, it's site/tables/ your entity, blah, blah, blah. And the client SDK is hard-coded to go at the tables route. And you don't know that until you actually go pull it down off of GitHub. None of this is documented or anything like that. And the bigger point is, you know, you want to be able to use something like offline sync. but you want to have a proper solution and everything. So under the hood, ultimately, it was you can do everything you want like normal. You just have to have a stupid tables route instead of the /API, and you can continue to use offline sync, among other things, of course. But the point of the whole conversation is making it. I appreciate making it easy for noobs, basically, to just jump in and dive in. But I want to know what is mobile services and what did you build? Like, don't make it too easy where you defeat the purpose of the tools as a whole. So that's just the rant. It was all that time and investigation just to figure out that they built this crap on top that I don't want to use. And nobody talks about it, so I'll eventually blog about it soon. But until you do that or read it somewhere, you have no idea. So there you go.
Is
the
anything
documentation needs to be fired.
is anything with Azure really well documented though?
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
And most of the documentation that there is, at least from my experience, is generally it's horribly out of date.
So there's a lot of times there's no, like, you get the basic documentation for any SDKs and whatever you might use to like work with table storage or any of the rest of the APIs and all that. That's all usually documented as basic as it is, auto-generated classes and everything. They usually do a decent enough job to get you started with like a sample of here's how you connect to an instance of something, and here's how you do something else. Like, at least give you a starting point. I don't expect them to give samples for every possible scenario. And I see people bitching about that, and they'll be in the segment next if they continue that. You're just not going to get every scenario documented. So they do a decent job of getting you started. But it's things like this. Like, you build a product, and as a developer, I want to know what you're actually doing over a web API. Because I need to be convinced not to just go use a website in its own right.
You're lucky that you picked up Azure Mobile Services with the .NET backend after they actually had it fucking working. Because I tried to use it this past summer when I upload to YouTube. The whole .NET backend was completely broken. You switch over to the JavaScript backend and it worked flawlessly. It was total shit for like 3 months after they launched it. It was crap. So just be glad you're jumping in now.
Fun. So there you go.
Well, and that was Brandon just getting warmed up. Tim and Robert and I, we're going to step away for a few minutes while Brandon tells you all what's what.
Look at Bobby. He's like,
Go get him, big dog.
Everybody's grabbing a beverage.
Finish eating dinner.
Well, we said on episode 1 that I'm the angry guy. So. And it just kept piling up this week as I started playing around with some more improvements to upload to YouTube and working on some new Azure stuff. And and I also got a Windows on Devices kit in the mail this past week. And that leads me directly in to my first grievance. Where in the fuck do we go as developers for help? Do we go to Azure MSDN? Do we go to the Azure User Voice site? Do we go to the Visual Studio Connect site? Do we go to Twitter? Where the hell are we supposed to go? There's like 5 different sites, and nobody responds to any of them. I've filed so many User Voice issues. They're like 1 vote, 2 votes, and nobody ever responds to them. I've filed so many MSDN forum posts that never get a response. I've filed Visual Studio Connect posts. Those never get a response. I've asked on Twitter, and that's actually been my best response is when I go to Twitter. To Twitter? Really? Microsoft? I mean, come on, man. They need to figure out how they're actually going to support these developers with all this new stuff, and they need to do it consistently, and they need to do it reliably. I don't care. You just fire up one of the chats from the Pub Center. I fired up a chat from my Pub Center site. Guess what they asked me? Where are you firing up this chat from? They thought I was in my dev dashboard. They're like, well, this is in your developer dashboard? I'm like, no, I click Start Chat from the fucking Pub Center website. What the hell? I have to like hold their hand every step of the way. It's just been ridiculous, and I don't know who's running this ship, but it needs to get fixed if you want to have new devs come in and get started and up and running. So that was number 1. Everybody still good?
Yeah, just
go.
keep it going.
All right. I got my Galileo version 1 board from Windows on Devices program. Frickin' sweet. I was going to get it out of my backpack. Yes. Technology and stuff. So I get this dev board, and guess what? I can choose forums or a GitHub website or about 4 different places to go for help, and none of it is live, and my board doesn't boot. And guess what? The board doesn't have a screen on it. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I follow all the steps. I update the firmware. I add the new Windows image to the SD card. I've done everything exactly as it says, and I'm getting help from somebody called IoT Girl in the MSDN forums. That's the only person who's responded to anything I've posted, and she responds with telling me exactly to do what I've already done and called out in my post. That's the most help I've got from this entire situation. And this is their Windows on Devices. This is the Raspberry Pi 2. This is all the brand new shit they're talking about. And they can't help me out for jack. Not very confident in this thing.
Is IoT Girl hot?
I don't know. She doesn't have a profile pic. And there's my wife. Yeah, tell me. Thanks a lot, Andrew.
Is her default avatar hot?
I don't think so. Look at Robert's falling asleep over there. I need to jazz it up a little bit or something. All right. Number 3.
Wait, while you're on the IoT board, I was going to ask you, and I'll forget if I don't ask you now. What are you going to do with it?
My coworker asked me the same thing, and I said I have no idea.
Okay.
I'm just going to play with it for now. I was going to hook it up to like a white noise machine in my kid's room and have it go on and off at certain times of the day. Basically be a really expensive outlet timer. But that's about the only thing I can think of so far.
The internet is full of neat stuff.
It's full of things now.
And the Internet of Things is now full of neat stuff as well.
Exactly.
Well, when you figure it out, please let us know.
Please do.
I will try. I will try because I want to have something cool going, but I've just been banging my head against the wall with this damn thing. Last but not least, Ad Mediator. Another cool thing Microsoft put out for devs has been working really well for me right up until the point that they released an update for the Ad Mediator SDK. I spent a full hour last night in Visual Studio debugging build issues with versions and duplicate versions of references all over my project. Because when you initially add it to your project, they tell you just drag the control on your on the screen, and it'll add all the references. Guess what? That works the first time, but when you update, it's shit. Ruins everything. Don't do that. Figure out a different way to do it. I can't even remember what I ended up doing. It was so convoluted. So yeah.
So I'm actually going to ask you questions about this too, because I'm getting ready to start working on an app for this here show that the 4 of us will end up downloading, and probably nobody else. But I was thinking about using Ad Mediator in that, and I remember, I think when you were first working with it, Brandon, you said one thing that was kind of bugging you was you couldn't like put it into a user control.
Oh, I got that fixed.
Yeah, you did, so you can do that.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Just have to be pretty creative with it. And I lied. I did figure out exactly how you need to update the damn thing. Don't drag the control onto the form to get the references added to your project. Before you do anything with Ad Mediator, go to your project, go to Add References, go to Windows Phone 8.1, go to Extensions, add the Ad Mediator SDK from there. Then drag and drop the control on there, and it should work for this version and all future updates, and you won't have to kill yourself like I almost did today.
That is some convoluted bullshit.
Yeah.
Yep, it's bad. It's bad. If I didn't do that, you were getting complaints that you have 1.02, but 1.01 is referenced. And 1.01 is needed for this DLL if you have 1.02. And we can't find 1.02 because your hint path is wrong, and blah, 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 blah. It was super bad.
Is Ad Mediator only Windows Phone 8.1?
I thought I saw Windows Phone 8 on the website when I was playing around.
Okay. I thought so too. I just wasn't sure. Okay.
I'm done for now.
So you're done. You need a little rest before we have you do some affirmations, or you want to just roll right into it?
I could use a cocktail.
Yeah, I wish I had a
You
beer,
can use
but I don't.
a cock what?
Cocktail. Cocktail. Now you're gonna make me blush.
Well, let's officially start the affirmations.
Because I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and doggone it, people like me.
And I'll actually.
Stop licking your.
I'm gonna go first because
Is that Pop?
my affirmation is completely unrelated to anything that we normally talk about. It's a golf-related affirmation. Earlier this
Sports and
week,
stuff.
Tuesday night, the golf world lost one of its true pioneers in Charlie Sifford. He was the first African American to play on the PGA Tour, and he made it possible for several other successful African American golfers that came later, such as Lee Elder and Calvin Peete, who are probably much less known than, of course, Tiger Woods. So he's been called the Jackie Robinson of golf, and really probably doesn't get as much respect or acknowledgement as he deserved. So thank you to Charlie Sifford for all you went through and did to integrate golf, and that's my affirmation. Robert, how about you?
Well, you probably should have gone last, because following that's,
Sorry.
Damn.
It's making the rest of us seem like materialistic little bastards.
So let me tell you about my DT903 Nokia charging plate.
Hey, they're great in their own right.
They're all right, right? They're colorful.
They're bringing color to the charging plate world.
There you go. They're doing exactly that. So I picked up. I finally got my hands on one. I got a green one. I got a white one. They pair. The Bluetooth range is really good, and they can both be paired at the same time, pretty much where I'm at the house, unless I go in the back bedrooms. And yeah, so it's got really cool settings. You can go in. You can rename them, give them a custom name. You can. They've got nighttime hours. So if you've got your phone someplace else and it's on a nightstand or something, it's got night mode just like Glance does, and you can see, oh, look at that. I have a new message from Xbox Live.
What does
Wow.
it say?
I don't know. I have to go to my console to read it. Don't you know that? That's so
No.
stupid. Here, you got a message from Xbox Live. Now go read it on your console. Dipshits.
I figured it was like an email.
No, it's just a smart glass notification.
Oh.
You can read it on the Games app in Windows 10. I just did.
Well, I probably can do that now, but I won't. Anyway, where was I saying? Oh, the settings. So it's got the night mode like Glance does. You can turn off the light at any given time. It's got test functionality, so if you've got multiple ones, you can test the flashing notification for notifications coming through Action Center, and then other apps can also notify it, and you can set that up too, which is kind of cool. So yeah, they're pretty nifty. So finally, they're available in the U.S. They're a little expensive.
Yeah, they're like $20 too much just to even want to think about it.
They're a little pricey. So maybe they'll come down.
Okay.
What is going on over there?
No telling.
Over
Is it my
where?
turn? It's not my turn, is it?
We've just been watching you talk for the last 4 minutes.
Yeah, well, you can't hear me. I'm not interrupting anybody, am I?
No, not technically.
Very distracting though, with that thing in your mouth. Tim.
Yeah, now I got spit all over my monitor.
I ain't got nothing.
That's better than the alternative.
I'm
Tim, you have nothing?
I'm still too busy handing out my fucks, so there's
right.
no affirmations today.
Since Tim doesn't have an affirmation, I'll go to the audience. We have a question from Nathan. Is it Hen or Heen or Hoon? I'm not sure.
Win. Nathan, win.
Nathan wants to know if we're ever going to have a guest on. If we can ever get a guest who's comfortable enough to stoop down to our level, then we indeed might have a guest on. All right, Brandon. Lay it on us.
So related to my what?
Did he ask in the QA? Oh, look at that.
Yeah, you did.
I wish I could respond. All right, sorry. Go ahead. You're good. Go ahead.
Yeah, we're just a little bit ADD as well. So related to my grievance, as I mentioned, I finally got my Galileo V1. What the hell happened? What are we laughing at? The animal. What happened? I can't continue. What happened? I can't continue. I can't continue. Nope, I'm not. All right, now I see it. Thanks.
If you're only listening, you're really missing the good stuff, people.
Who did that? Hey, Bobby, can you show them? Can you show them what's going on? You've got the ability. Show them what's going on. Oh,
Yeah.
Andrew's.
Oh my god.
And with that, I put the lollipop away.
Where's your wife now?
I blame her for this. She gave me the lollipop. She broke it. She broke it while doing some crafty shit, and then she gave it to me.
It was a setup.
It was a setup. She's trying to ruin my street cred.
I think you're doing that well enough on your own.
Oh my god.
Okay, are we all good? We all good now?
Go ahead.
I can breathe again, yes.
All right, cool. So, affirmation. I finally got my Galileo version 1 board from the Windows on Devices program. I thought, I signed up for this last May, and I thought I had misunderstood something, because I understood that sign up for the program and you get a dev kit is what I thought they'd told us. Here, almost a year later, it finally shows up.
Limited quantities.
Yeah. Well,
So-
yeah, they said that. Just recently they said that.
No, they said it a long time. I remember hearing it a long time ago, which dampened my spirits completely. There was a first group, a session I built last year was when I think the program was announced, and if you were in the session, you basically either walked out with one,
Oh, wow.
or got on the short list to get them right away. Because a lot of people got them right away. And I remember they were sharing pictures on Twitter. IoT Dan on Twitter was sharing pictures of basically a stockroom full of boxes. In the end, there weren't that many, considering how many people probably signed up. So
Yeah, and of course, just my luck. I get mine literally the same week they announced the Raspberry Pi 2.
which is only $35 and has HDMI out on it.
Yeah, exactly. So that's just par for the course. Second affirmation, I finally got Application Insights working on Windows Phone 8.1. I shouldn't say I did. They finally have Application Insights working for Windows Phone 8.1 Silverlight. I'm so happy about this because it'll allow me to cut out the third-party provider I'm using to do this, and it is so incredibly automatic in all the stuff that it gathers. It's really freaking cool.
So
However-
is this? I'll wait till you're. Go ahead. I've got questions.
However, getting back to my grievance, guess where I can't find fucking help? All I get is only when I deploy a debug package to my device is the only time I get data logged to my App Insights. Deployed a release, did a beta submission to the store, no data logged. You think there's any help for this out there? Crickets. Play the cricket sound. Who's got the soundboard? Play that cricket sound.
I ain't gonna make them work.
Sorry. Hey, where is that here?
Is it possible that there's some capability you don't have checked off in the manifest?
Well, if it works in the debug build,
Well, I've seen some weird behavior with that before.
I looked for the capability thing, and guess what? They don't ever tell you. But I'm happy they finally made it work on 8.1 Silverlight, so thanks for that. I'm just still trying to get it to work to where I can ship it.
So what was wrong with it not working before? Was it the SDK didn't work, or was it
Yeah,
a
the
server issue?
SDK flat out, like, they you could install it in Visual Studio, and you could add application insights to your 8.1 Silverlight project. Nothing would compile.
Ship it.
Right?
So how does that? What's the infrastructure for that? Is that?
It's Azure.
It's so you go to an Azure. What? I don't know anything about it. Like
You
I'm
have
a
to go
new
to the
developer.
new-
Explain it.
Don't you have
What's
to
that?
go to the new site?
You don't have to, but yeah, that's where you can see it all in the pretty format. You basically
No,
just right-click in your project, say Add Application Insights, pick an Azure subscription, and boom, it's done.
Nice.
It's really frickin' slick.
Maybe time to do that.
So let's talk about. So I remember looking at it as soon as it came out, and what they showed you is back when it came out, you had to look at everything through VisualStudio.com through your online instance. I'm not sure if that's still how it is, but it wasn't entirely useful back then, which was probably about a year ago. I mean, there was some high-level analytics and data and stuff, but it was just kind of really high level, not as useful as I might get off of like a WoW. Like you might get off of something like Flurry. So does it do analytics for users and metrics about them and their OS? And does it handle exception tracking?
It does. It automatically handles crash reporting. You don't even have to add a line of code. And it automatically handles page view tracking, which was also pretty cool. It'll handle event tracking. And from what they show on the documentation, it automatically gathers a ton of data that you can query against, like the versions that people are running and stuff like that. It automatically gathers all that. So.
Yeah, I gotta look at it again because back when it first came out, it was not all that great. And
Yeah,
I've
I
been
want to
paying
just get
for
it.
I've been
get it
paying
in
for
a
ray
release
guns
kit.
still. It's not necessary to pay anymore.
Yeah, I want to get it in a release build up to the store just so I can have some real data to go against. That's all I wanted. I want to make sure it's fresh and get it out in the wild so that I can actually see what's going to come through. I was leaving Flurry in place, and I was adding App Analytics or App Insights on top of it, just so I could, see how the two compared. And I was going to do a blog post on it, but guess what? Can't get it to fucking work.
Damn.
All right. Well, who's got something to plug
Awesome.
tonight?
I'm
I
just
got
waiting
something to plug.
for that to
I
fill.
was going to plug that Hold My Beer GIF Twitter account because it's freaking hilarious.
Does
It is
anybody else
funny.
say GIF?
No.
I say GIF.
I say GIF.
I think I might say GIF.
Animated GIF? Yeah.
No, it's an animated GIF.
I say GIF, and I don't give a fuck.
Neither do I. GIF it up.
Anybody
Jeez,
else?
Is that it, guys? Really?
Yeah, I got nothing.
I don't have
Nobody-
anything to plug.
It's
Well, I
been
don't have anyone to plug, so there.
Psh,
Oh boy.
Well, all right then.
behave.
Let's shut her down. Apologies to Rudy Wynn, but we ran out of time, so we'll get you back on soon. And follow us on Twitter at 25.4 Podcast. Check out the website, 25pt4.com. If you're watching live, stick around for the after show. Otherwise, I don't know. Keep listening. I don't know what to tell you.
If you're
about-
still watching, I don't know what to say.
Do you have any
I
live
guess so.
views?
Good night, New York!
Join us again next week for another fun-filled, fast-paced, informative,
Unrehearsed.
educational, completely unrehearsed and unprepared for show.
For
Secret
about 5
out.
minutes.
Oh, you
Anderson is
stepped,
about to fall
you
asleep.
stepped all over my clothes there,
Y'all gotta
Timmy.
quit yapping during the close, guys.
Oh, whatever.
Seacrest out. All right.
Feel better?
No.
You okay? It's gonna
You
be
seem
alright.
tired, dude.
So what
My
else
wife,
is up?
just asked me, my wife just asked me if there's a chick on the podcast. I don't know who she's talking about.
Is she
I've
listening?
always been told my voice is pretty deep, so I don't think it's me.
I think that was a shot at me, actually.
Oh no, that was
Is that because you're the gay?
I don't know. You'd have to ask his wife.
So she said, I heard somebody say congratulations and it sounded like a girl, and I said that was
That was
And
Aaron
then-
That's
wait for
that's
it.
Aaron Andrews.
Wait for it. Then she says, but then I heard somebody giggle.
Okay, that was Bobby. That was Bobby.
That wasn't me.
That
That wasn't me.
I think when you caught the picture, the lollipop picture, that was probably a giggle.
Is she in the room with you, Brandon?
Well, she's about 30, 40 feet away. Yeah.
Because I think you kind of have a giggle.
I have a giggle. Do I have a giggle? Sometimes, she says.
Yeah, I think we heard it just a second ago.
You're not exactly a paragon of butch.
Who are you talking to?
Brandon.
Oh.
He's talking to the world at large. He stares into the camera. You are not a paragon of butch.
I'd rather be a tarragon of Butch.
There you go. Tarragon.
Or a tarragon of Bush.
Oh, good
Or
lord.
a tarragon Bush.
I'm lost.
I think you're just stuck on Bush. For some reason, and I don't really know why.
Hey, I know something we can talk about. Jordan. Hey. Way to
Oh,
go.
yeah.
Well, hold on. Way to go, Jordan. I am 100% behind you. I feel like most people on the podcast probably are as well. Couldn't be happy.
That King Abdullah's one badass mofo.
Mm-hmm.
Gee, wouldn't it be nice to have a president that actually reacted to the murdering of its
Well, now-
citizens?
Now, wait a minute. I saw that the president said after that, he said to ISIS that they should release all their hostages.
Oh, he did he? Well, that's encouraging. I'm so glad he gave him a stern request.
Or else he's going to put them in timeout.
Good God Almighty. So sad.
I have a couple tabs open in this podcast, and Chrome is taking up probably 2 gigs of memory alone.
That sounds about right.
Fucking
Yes. So it's a day ending in Y.
It's gone downhill significantly. Oh my god.
Anytime you
Cannot
open
wait
Chrome, it ends with it going downhill
I
significantly.
am using 8 gigs of memory, and I'm not doing anything. I don't even have Visual Studio open.
Cannot wait for Spartan.
Cannot wait for what?
For Spartan.
Spartan. Oh yeah, I can't either. It's gonna be kind of cool.
You sounded really enthused about it.
I was distracted. Puppy.
Oh yeah, that sounds really, really super awesome and stuff.
No,
Yeah, I
Spartan.
can't
No,
wait.
Spartan does sound really cool.
No, yeah, I can't wait. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to.
But when are we going to see a Windows 10 preview for the phone come out?
Didn't they say May?
Tomorrow.
Well, apparently there had been a rumor it was going to hit this week, which I don't know
Oh.
where anybody had heard that from. Or like on Tuesday or something. People were expecting
okay.
it.
Tom Warren.
Let's talk about that for a minute.
Tom Warren said something today.
We should have talked about this during the real show.
Yeah, well, you know.
Well, while Robert's looking for that, let's talk about this. Not only do we have 5 different places to go get assistance and support as a developer, now we have 2 different places where nobody knows where the fucking next developer preview of Windows Phone is going to come from.
So Tom Warren tweeted 3 hours ago, I'm going to predict Windows 10 for phones is next week, but last time I was informed that it dropped on a Friday. Fingers crossed. So I think he was kind of hinting that it's possible it could be tomorrow, but don't anyone expect it, just because last time it was on a Friday,
Here's a question, though. Is it going to run on Lumia Black?
whatever that means. Did I suddenly go deaf? Or
My
something?
1520 had black on it when I bought it. I love that. That's hilarious.
Is it going to run on my 920? That's what I want to know.
I can't hear anybody.
We can hear you.
Yeah, mute Robert. This is going to be annoying.
You fuzzy little homo.
Oh, he's wow. High five on that one.
You know, his dog only sits in the back and licks his balls because it learned it somewhere.
Hey, you would do it too if you could, admit it. Oh, you know, I downloaded the Outlook app for iOS last week
Shut up.
because I heard it was the shit, and it's nice. I like it.
Hey,
Only
guess
thing-
when the mail app for my phone was built.
So
3
is
years
that-
ago.
is that nothing more than a Comply with an Outlook logo on it?
Yeah, apparently that's what all it was they
So
basically just re-released the app that they bought.
that's my favorite part about all of this because every media outlet has been praising Microsoft for it being so amazing. Like, wow, Microsoft has the best app. It's the same fucking app that's been out for however long.
Yeah, I was
No
shocked because
recognition.
you would think places like The Verge would be all over that
Oh my god.
to point that out.
Especially, yep. Oh gosh, yeah. Let's be clear here. All they did was put a logo on it. They didn't actually do anything. I'm impressed.
And I assume they're going to do the same thing with that, was it Sunrise, the calendar app that they just bought?
Yeah, probably.
So, but I mean, it looks great. It's the only thing my only complaint with it is that it doesn't support like regular POP3 or IMAP email accounts yet. So I hope that's coming down the line.
When they came out with Office for, yes, we see your Lumia Black. That sucks. So when they came out for with Office for iOS and Android, those were just Word, PowerPoint, Excel, and that was it, right?
Originally,
Just whatever 6 months ago or a year ago or whatever it was. Because I have a feeling it seems like they're buying these two so they can rebrand them and package them up as a suite like we're getting with Touch Office, basically. So they're
So
not
you think
building
it's-
Outlook.
So you think it's going to be like the mail calendar people of iOS Android?
No, I feel like it's just going to be the
they'll integrate those two into a single Outlook app that's mail and calendar.
maybe that could be. Yeah, I don't know.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes,
Can't now.
you fuzzy little.
I can't hear you.
You should have heard what Tim said about you when you couldn't hear us.
I'm gonna have to restart my computer.
You still
Something's
can't hear us?
screwy going on.
I blame Google.
Well, we'll hang out and wait for you. We need some time kill music. That's what we need.
I need to go here. We got this right here.
No, I mean like music.
I can
Some elevator music.
plug in my other headphones if you'd like.
So what we need to do is we need to figure out if Microsoft needs an app that allows them to upload videos to YouTube, and I'll sell it to them for half the price of that fucking calendar app. I mean, I'll give them bargain basement, 50 mil, we'll be good. I promise. No. You know, I'll even sell it for 25 mil if they really want to go low on me.
Wow, it's already going down in value. Steep.
Well, you'd think that they're, doing their own YouTube app, but that would be a great piece for that, right?
It'd be
Have a YouTube
super
channel.
cool.
Or just build it right into the OS. Take your app and bake it right in.
Bake
Might
it,
need a little
shove it right in
branding,
there.
Oh yeah.
Perfect insertion.
Shove it right up the rectum.
though. They need some perfect insertion right into the OS.
Perfect insertion right into it.
It could use a little branding though. Nothing. Really.
So what else is going on?
I think we should close down the podcast before Bobby gets back, just to piss him off. Damn
There he
it!
is.
Too late.
You hear us
Okay.
now?
How we doing?
I don't know. You tell me.
Well, I can hear you and you can hear me, so that's some freaking progress.
Can you hear
Alright.
me?
Yes, I can hear everybody now.
I didn't talk. Can you hear me?
Yes, I just heard you. We're good. What'd I miss?
Well, we've been waiting for you since you're the
Yeah,
life of the show.
we've just been sitting here in stunned silence, waiting for you to come
We
back.
should. When he was asking if we could hear him, we all should have just like moved our mouths but not said anything. Just to piss him off. So we could get him going idea. What the hell was that?
Oh, I heard it.
Sounded like some gay song.
You recognize that, huh?
I'm looking for time
No, I
killer
don't
music.
recognize it, but I've been at a few gay clubs. I know the beat.
Oh.
I shared the video with you guys that one time.
It was like some obscure Golden Girls theme or something. He'd have been all over it.
Do your kids like Perry Grip yet? You ever heard of Perry Grip?
Fuck this.
No.
You can
Who
tell
the
by
hell
your
is that?
reactions.
Who the hell is that?
I
I
thought
think
you said-
kid songs.
This is the best burrito
Wow.
I've ever eaten. Yum, yum, yum. This is the best burrito I've ever eaten. Yum, yum, yum. With plenty
Sounds like something that would be blaring from the speakers
That's-
of an indiscriminate white van with blacked out windows driving through a busy neighborhood.
Andrew, if that's stuck in my head tomorrow morning, I am driving to St. Louis.
Your kids are gonna love it in a couple of years. Mine have kind of outgrown that and
I'd probably stop at Qdoba on the way down.
stop where? Qdoba? Is that what you said?
Do you not know Qdoba? Find Chipotle? How about that?
No, I know Qdoba. I was making sure that's what you said.
Does Bobby know Qdoba?
We have Qdoba and Chipotle here in St. Louis.
I don't know
Absolutely.
Qdoba. I know
And
Chipotle.
White Castle.
Oh, I
We
like
still have
White
White
Castle.
I think we still
I don't
have a
call
White
it Q-
Castle.
I don't call it Qdoba, I call it Qdoba.
Yeah, well, you're wrong.
Well, yeah.
I've actually eaten at a White Castle in Chicago, believe it or not.
I bet that was an exciting experience.
I don't understand the significance of that statement.
Not from Chicago.
Oh, okay. I've actually eaten at a
Not-
Subway
Not
in
going,
San Francisco.
not going to Safeway and pulling a box of White Castle out of the freezer section, but actually going to the home of
Oh,
where
yeah.
that started
Yeah.
and having it live.
Okay, see, that's the part you left out, was that White Castle started in Chicago. I did not know this.
I really just left it. What I thought was your expertise at trivia crack and your deductive reasoning skills. I can see I was in error. I apologize.
Yes, thank you.
They just opened one in Las Vegas. The White Castle.
Did
Are
they
you-
really?
Did you
Yeah.
go there?
No, it was on the news because they were selling like 4,000 burgers a day or something outrageous.
Wow.
That's disgusting. I really hate the fact that they call the burger a slider. It's just gross.
It slides right out. the
It's
next
so
day.
gross. I don't want anything in my mouth named a slider. I just don't. Zip it,
That's
Bob.
not what I hear.
I don't
Like the perfect version.
Not a word.
Thank you. Thank you. See, when I make a comment like that and I tell Bobby to zip it, it's a dual meaning phrase.
Yeah, I'm not the one exploring his phallic obsession this evening. That would be you.
It took a little while for that one to roll through the crowd.
Or exploring it for 45 minutes now.
Yeah.
And that's just showtime. There's pre-show time.
How many licks does it take, Brandon?
I don't. This is a massive freaking lollipop,
Or do you have
dude.
to buy it?
And this is only half of it. It broke.
That's more than half.
Well, more than half. You got a whole one over there? I show him what a whole one looks like. Got stickers on it.
This is getting
It's for
weird.
my son. He turns 1 on Saturday, so it's for his birthday party.
He'll still be eating that when he's 2.
When he's 2, I don't know. I couldn't come up with anything fast enough. The joke didn't work. Okay then,
Dude.
Yeah, I guess we're
we're tapped out, eh?
This has been a dead week. There's just nothing really been going on.
You guys
Yeah.
are lazy.
Lazy how?
Lay down. Come here, lay down.
Oh, I'm glad I didn't say what I was about to say then.
Is he
I
talking
think
about
it's
his,
a dog. I don't think it's a kid.
No,
It's
dog.
a dog.
or is he talking to his wife?
I thought it was to child.
Oh, that kid's in bed.
Oh, look at the puppy.
Izzy,
What a puppy! I can't see nothing.
Izzy, come here.
Oh.
We showed her off the other day. Fine, I'll undo my zip tie. There we go. Where'd she go? Try and keep up here. Iz, come here. Come here. Sit down.
You have to go outside.
No, she wants out of my office area. Sit
Oh.
down. Can you sit down? Relax. Just sit down. Yes, there you go. Black dog, so you can't see anything. We're clearly out of material if I'm showing you my dog.
That was racist.
That was Brandon.
That was Brandon. I like how Andrew makes very clear to identify exactly who that was.
Don't worry. I heard it.
I've been looking at Twitter trying to find something to pick up. It's all Brian Williams and Develop getting called out because they forgot to put links in something. And
Oh, hey, did you hear about Oreo? Did you guys hear about what Oreo's gonna be doing?
Ooh, I just saw a picture.
S'morios?
Or yes, the S'morios. Yes, it got leaked.
Really?
Yes, they're making Oreo s'mores.
Greg is gonna lose his shit.
And guess
Well,
what? The
the
top
red
and the
velvet.
bottom are graham crackers, and the center
Scott
is
Hanselman
marshmallow
retweeted
and
it.
chocolate mixed together.
Holy crap.
It's
What?
gonna be delicious. I'm going to eat a pound.
What website? How do you spell it?
Go
I
to
don't know. I heard it on the radio, so I
go
haven't
to
seen it.
Scott Hanselman's timeline.
Oh,
The red velvies are available now.
Yeah. Go to Scott Hanselman's timeline and see if you can talk about the Oreos in between the diabetes posts. Hashtag irony.
What's his Twitter handle?
S. Hanselman.
Hanselman.
Fucking Christ. You do everything around here? Here. Go to our little chat window here.
There it is.
Seriously, my fan has been spinning at full speed since we started this thing.
S'morios are totally real, dude. Neato. Greg will lose his shit. Well, that's not a picture of a S'morio, though.
I didn't even look at the
I
link.
saw a
Oh,
picture.
there's a link to it. Oh, there was a link to a tweet and a photo that has since been deleted.
Uh-oh.
Oh, well, go to
If
Hanselman
you-
and we'll get you the poll.
Well, no, this is the article, but if you look, they quote the tweet that where this leaked, and if you click the picture is gone.
Here.
Oh, he must have captured it. Okay. Well, then what are you sending me?
This is the tweet he sent. How amazing does that look?
Let me look at his photos. Was that a retweet of something?
He retweeted a Food and Wine magazine. Here we go. I got to pick that Twitter.
My wife is commenting on the amount of time we're spending looking at photos on Twitter.
Lay down.
Oh, she is she?
She just yelled at me, told me not to get her in trouble.
Why?
I haven't even told her that when I go to San Francisco, I'm splitting rooms with you guys. Oh, I did tell you that?
Is that a bad thing, or
Well, she said as long as it's not Robert.
she?
Let me ask you
As
this.
a
Are you guys
joke!
putting,
As a joke! Do you hear her? She just yelled, I'm just kidding.
will you be putting the Windows 10 for phones on your main phone as soon as it comes out?
Sorry, I missed that. And what was that?
I will.
Are you guys going to put Windows 10 on your phone as soon as it comes out, or are you going to put it on your backup phones? Because Robert has enough to dish out for you if you'd like to borrow one, probably.
I'll probably put it on my 1520.
What if you had a 930? Would you put it on that?
I might. I might just do that.
Is there anything you don't have?
A 925.
2 pool boys?
Do you have anything in a 6 series?
I have a 630 and a 635.
Because why
I
not?
have a 635, but I don't think they're going to let Windows 10 come down on it. Maybe they will, I guess. I have a 520 as well.
I have a 520.
I do as well.
Well, I figured. Now you have the what's the 4 thing? Did you get your hands on one of those?
I don't have any of the 4s, and I don't have any of the 7s. And I just have the 1.5.
Well, there's time.
There is time, but I'll probably. Those are low-end phones. I don't really have much
Bargain
use for
bin.
them.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to go for 10 on my daily driver. I mean, I highly doubt that the icon's even going to support it because I'm sure they're going to require cyan at least. But so I probably won't even be able to. So I'll have to go with it on the 635 or something, which will be boring because I won't get to use it really.
Yeah, that's why I want to put it on the main phone.
Yeah. But it's your freaking phone, man. If it bricks it, that would suck.
Just pop the SIM in my 1520, or reflash it, or
That's recovery tool. They just updated that with all the latest images, so something
oh,
goes
there you
wrong.
go.
But then did you see the hint today?
That's why I'm asking. Yeah, there's
about the
a
recovery.
right.
Did I miss that when you said that? Sorry.
No. I was just reading that. Gabe tweeted and said, "We'll share more details later, but ability to roll back if you hit an issue is very important to us." So
That's cool.
And honestly, it probably will be. Obviously, it'll do a backup before it upgrades. I'm sure, just like is generally typical. And once it does that, I'm sure this software recovery tool. I'm betting since they already have that mechanism in place and it works, it would seem like the easiest and smartest way to go for doing recoveries, because of course a restore is just going to involve restoring from a backup anyway at some point, so they already have an infrastructure in place for doing it. I would think they would expand that, but who knows.
Hey, Andrew, have you checked out Azure Media Services lately for the podcast stuff?
No, I have not.
You see, it was a record-breaking stream for the big game for the Super Bowl on NBC Sports, and it was all provided by Azure Media Services.
Yeah,
I thought that was pretty cool.
I did see that. I don't know how it all works, though. I don't know if that would work for us or not. I have no idea.
you're going to be writing some code.
Yeah, I'm not interested in doing that right now.
Got higher priorities.
Yeah,
Oh, boy.
not sure what they are, but yes.
All right. Well, I think we tapped out, and I've got shit to do. So,
Timmy's busy. Shutting it down.
folks, have a wonderful evening. If you shall continue on.
Thank you, Tim.
Good night, Tim.
Have a good
Later,
evening.
boss.
Later, Gators.
See ya.
No. Why would I have one of those?
The hell was that?
Yeah.
Has anyone else had issues with like Windows 10 just randomly making noises and then there's not a notification or anything to look at? It just beeps and that's it.
When I do it, the Explorer is rebooting. My taskbar will go away. Everything will come back again.
I haven't been
Also-
using Windows 10 enough.
Also, when I do Alt-S in the Mail app to send, it does that sound for some stupid reason. So, hey, my band's fully charged. Yay.
You can't.
Yay! Yay!
You can read your console messages in the Windows 10 Xbox app.
Haha!
It works well.
I don't even have an Xbox One, and I knew that. Psh.
Don't you hate it when Brandon's right? I'll take that expression as a yes.
Sorry it happens so often.
So Rudy's got a new app out, apparently.
Yeah, I was gonna ask what the hell is it, but I didn't want to publicize it.
I have no idea.
I've never heard of this thing that he's talking about having an app for.
It must be, well, I assume it's something that's already on iOS or Android.
Somebody else's intellectual property.
Let me,
No, to be fair, I think I did click the link, and it did look like it was some kind of game. And
yeah, it's definitely some kind of game. It says, oh, here we go. Well, this...
Don't read the title. Let's do this entire part without ever telling anybody what it is.
Okay, so I see it on the iOS store. The same app name and the same publisher name. So it looks
would
like
you say
it's something...
an original idea?
Oh, he
No.
was maybe hired to do a
I think
port.
he was hired to do it, like some of the other apps, because he writes all the apps. So who else would
Well,
they hire?
I think it's funny because I think it was who was it that retweeted? I don't know, remember where I saw it, but the comment was it was directly a tweet of his that didn't indicate that it was somebody else's app. He made it sound like I've got a new app.
Yeah, he put the 6 Studios hashtag in there.
No,
I think you misspoke earlier. I think he writes all Z apps.
Well, I don't speak French, so I don't have that accent. I was told when I try to speak French, I sound like I'm German.
They're all over there.
Over there.
It's all
Yeah.
the same over there.
Well, they're all sleeping now too, so no one's watching.
Right, exactly.
So that's
We got any
cool.
viewers? Or are we talking to thin air right now?
We have 1 right now. We had 3 at one time. It
Did
was
we?
all after show too. It was all during the after show. We only
See, I
had 1
think
during the show.
I think it was a good idea to keep this up. I think it was a good idea.
Thank you.
I think that at Build we have to actually do a segment where we do the after show outside smoking cigars.
I don't smoke cigars.
Oh come on, you don't actually. What's that? That's the worst statement ever.
Andrew, I'm going to give you a choice at Build. You can smoke pole or you could smoke a cigar. Which one's it going to be?
Get back
Decide. No, decide now.
I guess cigar. It'll be.
Yeah, I kind of had a feeling.
It took you long enough to make that decision. I was starting to wonder for a little bit there. I think Bobby did offer you a bed, right?
Yeah.
All right, just making sure.
All right, and that's my cue. I'm going to go for the evening, gentlemen. Y'all have a good night.
All right.
I've officially ruined it.
I guess we've eaten it to death.
All right, later, dude.
See ya.
Take it easy.